Om Gum Gurubhyo Namah. Om Gam Ganapate Namah. Om Hreem Bham BhadraKaliye Namah. This video is a demonstration of the Japa Vidhi or procedure for chanting the mantra of Devi BhadraKali as per Kerala Tantra tradition. Devi BhadraKali is a popular deity in Kerala where the tale of her battle with the Asura Daruka forms the basis of her worship through prayers, rituals as well as ritual folk art and dance. Worship of Devi BhadraKali brings material prosperity in the form of wealth, progeny and good health as well as spiritual growth. Before embarking on this journey, we must ask the question, what is the goal? The goal of Tantra is to bring oneness between the sadhaka or practitioner and the devata or deity. To this end, uniting, experiencing and energizing oneself with the devata is the primary requirement of japa, puja or any other tantric kriya. Having both this understanding and following the Japa Vidhi are critical if one wants to get the intended result of oneness with the devata. The process and steps followed as per Kerala Tantra enhance the efficacy of the process and will bring expedited results if followed diligently. Another question that might arise in your mind could be, is this video for me? This video can primarily benefit someone who has already received mantra diksha from a guru and is doing japa but wants to deepen their practice. It can also help someone who has received mantra diksha and is interested in japa but does not know where to begin. It can even benefit someone who is simply curious about Devi BhadraKali Japa Vidhi, especially as per Kerala Tantra tradition. Please note that this video is not intended as a substitute for Guru Upadesha. It is mainly intended to help those who want to understand the Japa Vidhi of Devi BhadraKali and improve their existing Japa practice. However, performing the Japa as demonstrated will nonetheless prove beneficial. A third question we are addressing here is, what form of Devi BhadraKali are we discussing in this video? While Devi BhadraKali is generally depicted holding the head of an asura and a khadga or type of sword in her hands, the BhadraKali mantra and form mentioned in this video is different and more closely linked to Srividya. Here, the physical form of the goddess has 4 arms. She holds a pasha or noose and an ankusha or elephant goad in her upper hands, more akin to Devi Lalita. And she holds a trishula or trident and a kapala or skull cup in her lower hands. The mantra of Devi BhadraKali for this form is a combination of the goddess Bala mantra with Shakti Pranava Hreem. Hence, the energy in Urdhvagati or ascension traverses the 3 mandalas in the body with Bala Bijas and achieves Laya with Shakti Pranava. This mantra gives both bhukti and mukti, offering all-round protection to the sadhaka, and has several prayogas for achieving both the materialistic and spiritual needs of the sadhaka. The Japa Vidhi itself is divided into 3 sections. Deha Shuddhi, to purify and clean the external and internal environment. Japa, to unite with the energy form of the Devata. And Deha Shuddhi Vidartal, to reinforce and protect the energies generated during the Japa. Deha Shuddhi has 3 steps. Vandanatrayam, Kotirakshikai and Pranayama Trayam. Vandanatrayam. Here we offer salutations to Guru, Ganapati and Paradevata, seeking their blessings and aid to avoid obstacles that we might face during the Japa. First, form the Mrigi Mudra with both hands. For this, join the middle and ring fingers to the thumb and keep the index and little fingers straight. Mrigi means deer. So this mudra, when seen from some angles, resembles a deer. Now place hands on the top of the head so that the fingertips of the opposite hands are touching. Then visualize Guru seated on a white lotus on top of the head at the Sahasrara Chakra, dressed in white and holding Abhaya and Varada Mudra. Now recite Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. You recite this 3 times. So, reciting it. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. If your Guru is not presently alive, visualize Guru's Padukas on the head region. If you do not have a Guru, you can visualize Lord Shiva in Dakshina Murti form. Next, we keep the right hand flat over the left and you place them on your lap with the thumbs touching like this. Now you're placing it near the navel region when you're doing this. Visualize Lord Ganapati dressed in red and seated on a red lotus at the Mooladhara Chakra holding Abhaya and Varada Mudra. Now you recite. Now you're going to recite this 3 times. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. The last is Vandana to the Paradevata or one's family deity. So you keep your hands in Anjali Mudra or prayer pose over the heart region corresponding to the Anahata Chakra. You visualize Devi dressed in yellow robes, seated on a yellow lotus, again holding Abhaya and Varada Mudra. And now you recite Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. Again you repeat it 3 times. So Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. If you do not have a family deity or don't know who your family deity might be, then visualize a bright yellow light in place of the deity. Koti Rakshikai. This step is done to remove the negative forces in the surrounding environment as well as to protect ourselves. So here we are using an Astra Mantra. Om Shlim Pashhum Phal. You may have seen this mantra ending with the word Phat instead of Phal. But since we are following the Kerala Tantra Japa Vidhi, Phal is used instead of Phat. Similarly, distinctions will arise for other words as well in this video. For instance, instead of Namaha, we use Namah. Now returning to Koti Rakshikai, here are the 3 steps. We have Talatrayam, we have Dashadik Bandhanam, and we have Agni Praharam. Talatrayam. Tala means to clap and Trayam means thrice. So we are clapping thrice. First at the navel region, then at the heart region, and then at the forehead region. This is done to activate and remove energy blocks in the Manipura, Anahata and Agya Chakra to enable the smooth flow of Kundalini along the spine. So this is how it's happened. It's done. Om Shrim Pashum Phal. Om Shrim Pashum Phal. Om Shrim Pashum Phal. Please note, the fingers have to be straight forward and parallel to the ground while clapping. You do not keep them upwards, downwards or any other way. It must be parallel and straight forward. Next is Dasha Digbandhanam. The japa generates positive energies which in turn can attract negative energies that create obstacles. Dasha Digbandhanam is done to ring fence the 8 cardinal directions as well as the Bhumi below and the Akasha above to protect us from inimical energies. For this, first we need to make the Astra Mudra. How do we do that? Bend the middle finger into the palm of the right hand. Place the tip of the index finger at the base of the thumb like this and make a snapping motion. When you make this gesture, you should be hearing a snapping sound. Now you visualize shooting flaming protective arrows of fire in the 8 directions as well as below and above from your index finger. And this is supposed to destroy the negative forces while you chant the Astra Mantra. So you're going to move in a clockwise direction starting from the west. In this case, we are starting from the west because the japa of Devi BhadraKali is done facing west. So first we go to the west, then the northwest, then the north, then the northeast, then the east, then the southeast, then the south, then the southwest, then to the ground, and then to the sky. So let me demonstrate. Om Shlim Pashum Phal, 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 Om Shlim Pashum Phal. Next is Agni Praharam. Here we are creating a protective perimeter of rings of fire around the 3 chakras corresponding to Manipura, Anahata and Agya for further protection. So again you make the Astra Mudra that we discussed just before in Dashadigbandanam, but here we move our hands in a circular motion as we snap and chant the Astra Mantra. So it's done like this. The Astra Mantra again used here is Om Shlim Pashum Phal. So you are visualizing a flaming ring encircling you at each of the 3 chakras. So it's surrounding you. It's not just forming where you are making the circle. It's actually going all around you. That is how you visualize it. So it's done like this. Om Shlim Pashum Phal, Om Shlim Pashum Phal, Om Shlim Pashum Phal. You must keep this one point in mind, that you're not supposed to move your entire hand for this step. You focus on rotating your wrist when you are doing this step. So, the next step is the Pranayama Trayam. Pranayama Trayam is the breathing technique done for mentally chanting the Mula Mantra of the deity to cleanse and energize the system. For this japa, the Mula Mantra is Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKali Namah. So first we must understand the count. The count is a ratio of 1:4:2, which means you inhale through one nostril, mentally chanting the Mula Mantra once. Then you hold your breath, mentally chanting the mantra 4 times, and exhale through the other nostril, mentally chanting the mantra twice. For this step, we once again bend the middle finger of our right hand into our palm, place the ring and the little finger over the left nostril and the thumb over the right nostril like nose clips. For now, we let the index finger be. So first you begin. Now when I demonstrate, I will be saying the mantra, but when we actually do it, it will be a mental count. So first we inhale through the left nostril, chanting the Mula Mantra. So, Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKali Namah. Then we close the nostril. We put our index finger over the Agya chakra and mentally chant the Mula Mantra 4 times. Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKali Namah. 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 Now you will release the index finger and exhale through the right nostril, again chanting the Mula Mantra twice. So, Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKali Namah. Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKali Namah. So in this manner we have done from the left to the right. So similarly we will repeat from the right to the left. But now I will do it silently. So movement from the left nostril to the right nostril and then back from the right nostril to the left nostril. This is one cycle. We need to perform 3 such cycles of pranayama. So the number of times the Mula Mantra, now you might be more comfortable chanting, let's say, a higher count than just 1:4, 1, 4 and 2. But you can increase it, but you always have to maintain the ratio of 1:4:2. For example, if you feel you can chant the mantra 2 times at the time of inhalation, then you have to chant it 8 times when holding your breath and exhale while chanting it 4 times. So, let me recap Deha Shuddhi one more time. This time I'm not going to explain, I'm going to do it without a pause. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namah. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namah. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. Om Shri Pashumpal. 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 We'll be doing this 3 times, the pranayama trayam, and now we have prepared ourselves and our environment for the next step. The next step is the Viniyoga. So with Anjali Mudra, we invoke the Devata whose mantra is being chanted. Since the Devata is Devi BhadraKali, we chant Om Asya Shri BhadraKali Maha Mantrasya. Next, you make a Nyasa Mudra, which is bending the ring and the middle finger of the right hand, keeping the rest straight. And we place this on the top of the head, reciting Isha Rishi. Then we bring the hand down just above the upper lip and recite Panktis Chanda. The hand does not touch the upper lip region, but just hovers close to it. In both these steps, be mindful that the fingers are pointing upwards. Then we bring the hand down to the heart region and recite Shri Shakti Bhairavi BhadraKali Devata. Here, the fingers, as you can see, are pointing to the left, unlike the previous 2 steps. Now, bring the hand downwards, indicating towards the reproductive area and recite Aim Bijam. Next, touch the tips of both feet. So now you have the Nyasa Mudra with the left hand as well. But here you have put the left under the right. The right will be on top. And you will recite Kleem Shakti. Then take the hand to the navel region and recite Saum Keelakam. Note that in these 3 steps, the fingers are all pointing downwards. Now you bring the hand to the heart region and recite Hreem Tattvam. Again, your fingers are pointing to the left. So let us examine what I have just done here. First, we are naming the Rishi who is the seer of the mantra, thus aligning our thought with that Rishi. So in this case, it is Isha Rishi. Isha Rishi is called Ishwar Rishi in the Mishra Kola tradition, but since we are following the Kerala tradition, we are using Isha Rishi. Pankti Chanda is the meter or chandas of the mantra. Here we are aligning our mouth for chanting. And then we name the Devata being invoked. We touch the heart region for the goddess residing in our heart. So here the Devata is Shri Shakti Bhairavi BhadraKali Devata. Now, Ain Bijam is the seed form of the Devata, that is the center from which everything grows. Kleem Shakti is the creative power of the mantra that ascends from the tips of the legs. So that is why we are kind of touching the legs. And also, please note, if you are sitting in Siddhasana pose, then the right hand would be able to touch the right foot, but you may not be able to touch the left hand through the left foot because the foot will be positioned under you. Saum Kilakam, that is the unlocking of the power of the mantra and moving up, rising from the tamasic. The seeds are growing and taking form. Then you have Hrim Tattvam. Tattvam is the realization of the Devata. Every bija has their own Tattvam, and in this case it is Hrim. Here, Tattvam is Shakti Pranava. It represents the goddess as Shakti Bhairavi. So that is, and the next step is Ataka. So for the Ataka Mudra, put your right palm over the left and close all your fingers. Now place it on your right thigh and recite Shri BhadraKali Prasad Siddhyarte Jape Viniyoga. Now this means that we hope that the deity will be pleased. So now I'm going to just repeat the Viniyoga steps one more time without any explanation. Om Asya Shri BhadraKali Mahamantrasya Isha Rishi Panktischanda Shri Shakti Bhairavi BhadraKali Devata Ain Bijam Kleem Shakti Saum Kilakam Hrim Tattvam Shri BhadraKali Prasad Siddhyarte Jape Viniyoga. Next, we will be talking about Nyasas. So, first, we will be talking about Kara Nyasa. Kara means hands. Now, ordinary hands cannot be used for a puja or japa, as these are considered divine processes. So, we need to energize our hands to create pure divine hands that are capable of performing the japa. So, for Kara Nyasa, we energize the fingers as well as the front and back of both the hands. So first let me talk about the movement of the fingers. So for the first step, you will run your index fingertip from the base to the top of the thumb of both hands simultaneously, like this. And for all other fingers, you will be using your thumb to run your thumb from the base to the tip of each finger. So that is the first thing we need to know. Then let us go through the Sanskrit names of each finger as well as the rest of the hand. So we have Angushta, Tarjani, Madhyama, Anamika, Kanishtika. We also have the word Karatala for the front of the hand and Prishtha for the back of the hand. So in addition to this, we also have syllables associated with each finger as well as the remaining hand. So we have Hram, Hrim, Hrum, Hraim, Hrom, Hra. Now the mantras for the Kara Nyasa are divided, each of them will be divided in the following manner. You will have Om, then you will have the syllable that we just discussed. Then you will have the bija of the deity, and then you will have the name of the finger or hand in Sanskrit, and then Namah. So let us demonstrate. So, as I said before, you will start with the forefinger running along the base of the thumb. So, and then the next, you will be using the thumb throughout. Om Hram Bham Angushta Bhyam Namah. Om Hrim Dram Tarjini Bhyam Namah. Om Hrum Kam Madhyama Bhyam Namah. Om Hraim Lyaim Anamika Bhyam Namah. Om Hrom Nam Kanishtika Bhyam Namah. Om Hrah Mah Karatalakara Prishta Bhyam Namah. So here you are running your left hand along the right palm from palm to forearm and doing the same for the right, and then you will be running your left hand from palm to elbow on the right, and then the right will be doing the same to the left. But timing is a little important here, because you have to ensure that when you say kara tala kara, and when you sing prishtabhyam namah, your hands should be at the back of the other hand by that time. So let us go through it one more time. Om Hram Bham Angushtabhyam Namah. Om Hrim Dram Tarjanibhyam Namah. Om Hrum Kam Madhyamabhyam Namah. Om Hraim Lyaim Anamikabhyam Namah. Om Hrom Nam Kanishtikabhyam Namah. Om Hrahmah Karatalakara Prishtabhyam Namah. After this step, we have the Vyapaka. This is done to pervade the energies generated using the Mula Mantra. So, we bring both our hands to the heart level like this, and as we chant the Mula Mantra, we will move our hands up, crossing over the top of the head. As you can see, the left hand will be going over the right. Again, crossing, bringing it down, crossing it at the heart level, taking the hands downwards around and bringing it back up to the heart. As you can see, it's kind of like a figure 8. So, the movement is like this. Note that the palms should face inwards and move close to the body. Do not keep your hands far from the body, because you are trying to spread the energies along your body. So, you will perform the Vyapakam 3 times. So, it will be like this. Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem Bhadrakaliyai Namah. Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem Bhadrakaliyai Namah. Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem Bhadrakaliyai Namah. Next, we have Anga Nyasa. Anga Nyasa or Shad Anga Nyasa is used to imbue divinity to specific parts of the body. So, let us begin. First, make a Mushti Mudra or folded fist. But here you have the thumb coming out, peeking out from between the middle and ring finger of the right hand. So, this is how it will look. And you bring it to the heart and you recite Om Hram Bham Hridayaya Namah. Here you are offering salutations to the deity residing in the heart. Then you move your right hand up to the forehead. Again, you got the Mushti Mudra, but your index and thumb are pointing skyward and your fist is facing outward. So you touch the thumb to your forehead and recite Om Hrim Dram Shirse Swaha. Here you are focusing the mind and praying for the right intellect to comprehend the Devata. Then you make the Mushti Mudra with the right hand and your thumb is free and pointing to the ground like a thumbs down sign. Now you take it to the back of your head and your fist should touch the Agni Shikha region at the back of the head. And you recite Om Hrum Kam Shikhaye Vashal. This is done to spread the Amrita from the Agni Shikha down to the rest of the body. After the step, we would need to protect the body with armor. So, you join the index and thumb of both hands and spread the remaining fingers out. Then cross your arms one on top of the other, touching your opposing shoulders and recite Om Hraim Lyaim Kavachaya Hum. Note that the left hand should be crossed over the right hand here. Then we pray for divine vision to perceive the Devata. So you join the thumb and little finger of the right hand and keep the remaining 3 straight in such a way that the index finger will point at the right eye, the mid finger at the mid brow or agya, and the ring finger will point at the left eye. You don't need to touch the eyes with your fingers. You just have to point. And you recite Om Hrom Nam Netratraya Vaushal. Finally, we want to drive away the inimical elements. So for this, we make the Astra Mudra, which we have discussed earlier, with both hands at the navel level. But unlike before, where the palms were facing up, here they are facing down. And you will make a bow shape. So you will move your hands concurrently like this in an arch and then a straight line. Okay? And when you finish the straight line, you visualize releasing flaming arrows from the fingertips while reciting Om Hrah Ma Astraya Phal. So, Om Hrah Ma Astraya Phal. This is how you do it. So let us repeat the Anga Nyasa one more time. This time without explaining. Om Hram Bham Hridayaya Namah. Om Hrim Dram Shirase Swaha. Om Hrum Kam Shikhaya Vashal. Om Hraim Lyaim Kavachaya Hum. Om Hrom Nam Netratraya Vaushal. Om Hrah Ma Astraya Phal. Then we have Rishi Adi Nyasa. Rishi Adi Nyasa always immediately follows the Anga Nyasa. So you are invoking the Rishi, Chandas and Devata using the Nyasa Mudra. If you remember, it's like this. So Isha Rishi, Panktis Chanda, Shri Shakti Bhairavi BhadraKali Devata. Nyasas are intended to bring about the physical transformation as mantras are applied to various parts of the body. If advised by a guru, the japa can even be further enhanced with additional nyasas such as Ayudha and Bhushana Nyasa to bring a stronger association with the physical form of the deity as residing in the body of the sadhaka. But for this, it is advisable to seek the guidance of a guru. Now we go to the dhyana. So before starting the japa, we first recite the dhyana shloka with our hands in Anjali Mudra. And as we chant each word, we must visualize ourselves being transformed into the deity. It is important to chant slowly and deliberately to crystallize the vision. So the dhyana is Om Shambhuta Shashalakshma Khanda Vilasar Kodira Chodo Jwala Vibhranakara Pankajaya Gunashrini Shulam Kapalam Tata Mundasrik Parimandita Trinayana Raktanga Ragam Shuka Sarva Alankarano Jwala Shidinibhava Patu Nitya Shiva. Now let us break it up line by line and understand what it means. Shambhuta, which literally means of Shambhu, which refers to Devi being born or emerging from Shambhu, another name for Lord Shiva. Shashalakshma, which is another name for the moon. Khanda, which means to divide or split. Vilasal, which is effulgent. Kodira, which means crown. Chudojwala, which means a luminous jewel. So let's read that line again. Shashalakshma, Khanda Vilasal, Kodira Chudojwala. This means she has a crescent moon on her crown like a luminous jewel. Bibhranakara Pankajaya, which means she is holding in her lotus-like hands. Guna, which means cord or twine, a reference to a pasha or noose. Srini, which means an elephant goad or ankusha. So the line is Bibhranakara Pankajaya Guna Shrini, which means she is holding a noose and an elephant goad in her lotus-like hands. Shula, which means a trident or spear. Kapala, which means a skull, cup or bowl. So Shulam Kapalam Tata, which would mean she is also holding a Shulam or trident and a Kapalam in her other hands. Because we remember she has 4 hands. Mundasri is a skull garland or a Mundamala. Parimandita, which means adorning. Trinayana refers to 3 eyes. So now we go back to the line. Mundasri Parimandita Trinayana, which means she also wears a Mundamala and has 3 eyes. Raktanga is the color saffron or vermilion. Ragam Shuka, which means a reddish hue as well as red garments. Sarva Lankarano Jwala, which means all luminous adornments. So now back to the line. Raktanga Ragam Shuka Sarva Lankarano Jwala. This refers to her red radiance or red color applied to her body. She is also wearing red garments and she is also wearing every kind of bright ornament. Siddhi, which is a shade of dark blue like a sapphire. Nibhava, which means like. It is used in conjunction with another word. For example, look like. Patu Nityam Shiva, protect, always auspicious. So Siddhi Nibhava Patu Nityam Shiva, which means her skin color is a shade of blue. Her state is very pleasant and auspicious, and she protects and offers her blessings. So, one more time. Om Shambhuta Shashalakshma Khanda Vilasar Kodi Richudojwala Vibrana Karapankajaya Gunashrini Shulam Kapalam Tata Mundasrik Parimandita Trinayana Raktanga Ragam Shuka Sarvalankaranojwala Shitinibhava Patu Nityam Shiva. So now this dhyana visualization is complete, and you have to do a manasa puja to yourself, because here you are offering upachara puja to the Devi, invoking the 5 tattvas or the elements, and you are also offering nivedyam, and you finish by offering nectar or amrita using the Surabhi Mudra. So let us start. You remember how we ran our thumb? Sometimes first the index finger over thumb, and then we would run the thumb over each finger. We are going to do something similar here. So first, you bring your hands next to the mouth and rub your thumb from the base of to the tip of the ring finger, reciting Om Vam Apatmana Jalam Kalpayami. So let me say it one more time. Om Vam Apatmana Jalam Kalpayami. You are mentally offering water or the water element to the mouth. Second, you bring your hands to the nose and run your thumb from the base to the tip of the little finger this time, reciting Om Lam Prithivyatmana Gandham Kalpayami. You are mentally offering fragrance or the earth element to the nose. So one more time. Om Lam Prithivyatmana Gandham Kalpayami. Third, you raise your hands over your shoulders, and this time, using your index finger from the base to the tip of your thumb, you will run it, reciting Om Ham Akashatmana Pushpam Kalpayami. Okay, one more time. Om Ham Akashatmana Pushpam Kalpayami. Here you are mentally offering flowers or the Akasha or etheric element over your shoulders. Fourth, you bring your hands to the nabhi or navel region and rub your thumb from the base to the tip of your index finger. So you're running your thumb along your index finger, reciting Om Vam Vayuvyatmana Dhupam Kalpayami. Om Vam Om Yam Vayuvyatmana Dhupam Kalpayami. You are mentally offering incense or the air element to the nabhi region. Fifth, you bring your hands to the eyes and rub your thumb from the base to the tip of the middle finger, reciting Om Ram Agnayatmana Deepam Kalpayami. Om Ram Agnayatmana Deepam Kalpayami. You are mentally offering light or the fire element to your eyes. Then bring your hands to the mouth once more and rub your thumb from the base to the tip of the ring finger again, reciting Om Tvam Amritatmana Nivedyam Kalpayami. So you are mentally offering Nivedyam to the mouth. So let me show it one more time. Om Tvam Amritatmana Nivedyam Kalpayami. Next, make a Surabhi Mudra. So the Surabhi Mudra is meant to resemble the udders of a cow. So you cross your fingers like this and connect the middle finger and the index finger of the opposite hands to each other first, and then connect the ring finger and the little finger of the opposite hands to each other, and it will look like this. And then you join the thumbs and press it closer. And once you make this mudra, you hold it before your mouth and recite Om Tvam Amriti Bhava Amrite Amritodbhave Amriteshwari Amritavarshinya Amritam Sravaya Sravaya Swaha. So you're reciting Om Tvam Amriti Bhava Amrite Amritodbhave Amriteshwari Amritavarshinya Amritam Sravaya Sravaya Swaha. So here you're mentally offering nectar to the deity. It is important that you do not bend your head back while doing the Surabhi Mudra. You are keeping your head straight. So let's do it one more time. Om Vam Apatmana Jalam Kalpayami. Om Lam Prithivyatmana Gandham Kalpayami. Om Ham Akashatmana Pushpam Kalpayami. Om Yam Vayuvyatmana Dhupam Kalpayami. Om Ram Agnyatmana Deepam Kalpayami. Om Tvam Amritatmana Nivedyam Kalpayami. Om Tvam Amriti Bhava Amrite Amrito Bhave Amriteshwari Amritavashini Amritam Sravaya Sravaya Swaha. Now we come to the japa itself. The mantra japa brings the energy form of the devata as part of the transformation process. So here we chant the Mula mantra. Om Aim Klim Saum Hrim Bhadrakaliyai Namah as part of the japa. Now the mantra should be chanted at least 108 times, all the while retaining the visualization of the devata as you have visualized in the dhyana. So how do you count? If you look at the hand, the fingers are divided into phalanges. So each phalange will represent a number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You are skipping this middle, the middle two phalanges, only sticking to the topmost one. So I'll just do a count of 10 to show how it is done. Om Aim Klim Saum Hrim Bhadrakaliyai Namah. 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 It is advisable to initially chant vocally and gradually shift to non-verbal chanting under the guidance of a guru. So these are the basic guidelines for japa. There are nuances and details such as alignment to the prana, chakras, and awareness associated with the japa, which should be learned from a guru for greater efficacy and expedited results. However, regular japa as described in this video will certainly give results. Once you have completed chanting, you do the pranayama, but this time you're only using the right nostril. So again, you bend the middle finger of the right hand into the palm and place the ring and little finger over the left nostril and the thumb over the right nostril, again like nose clips. And inhale and close the right nostril. So, and then you hold your breath and mentally recite the Mula mantra 12 times. So, now when you exhale, you are collecting the breath in your cupped right hand with the left hand below, and you bring it to the heart region and do 3 vyapakams to spread the collected energy throughout your body. So it's like, let me do it one more time. So Om Aim Klim Saum Hrim Bhadrakaliyai Namah. Om Aim Klim Saum Hrim Bhadrakaliyai Namah. Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem Bhadrakaliyai Namah. After this, we will do the Anga Nyasa again. So, we have done this before, so I will just repeat it one more time. Om Hram Bham Hridayaya Namah. Om Hreem Dram Shirase Swaha. Om Hroom Kam Shikhaye Vashar. Om Hraim Lyaim Kavachaya Hum. Om Hrom Nam Netratrayaya Vaushal. Om Hra Ma Astraya Phal. And then you do like before, you do the Rishi Adi Nyasa again. So, Isha Rishi, Panktis Chanda, Shri Shakti Bhairavi Bhadrakali Devata. And once that is done, you will do the Manasa Puja to the deity one more time. So, Om Vam Apatmana Jalam Kalpyami, Om Lam Prithivya Gandham Kalpyami, Om Ham Akashatmana Pushpam Kalpyami, Om Yam Vayavyatmana Dhupam Kalpyami, Om Ram Agnyatmana Deepam Kalpyami, Om Tvam Amritatmana Nivedyam Kalpyami, Om Tvam Amriti Bhava Amrite Amritodbhave Amriteshwari Amritavarshini Amritam Sravaya Sravaya Swaha. Now, you need to retain the Devata energy formed internally and protect yourself from the many energies that might attempt to partake this energy from you. So, Kutti Rakshikai process helps retain, lock and seal the energy. So, we will again perform the Talatrayam, Dashadik Bandhanam and Agni Praharam. So, Om Shlim Pashum Phal, Om Shlim Pashum Phal, Om Shlim Pashum Phal. Om Shlim Pashum Phal, 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 Om Shlim Pashum Phal. Once that is done, we will do the Shama Prarthana. That is, we want to ask the forgiveness of the deity in case we have made any mistakes. So with folded hands we say, Om Yadakshara Padabhrashtam Matrahinam Tu Yad Bhavet Tat Sarvam Shamyatam Devi Prasida Parameshwari. So what we are saying here is, forgive me for any errors or mistakes I might have made in letter, word or any phonetic aberration that might have occurred during my chanting, and you're requesting the deity to be pleased with you. Now that before you get up after the japa, you need to ground yourself. So for this it is suggested to chant the BhadraKali Ashtotram or BhadraKali Sahasranama Stotram to continue associating with the same kind of energy externally while you are grounding yourself. You can even recite the Lalita Sahasranama. However, do not chant any Namavali or chant any stotra with a bija without initiation by a guru. Once you have completed the chanting, perform a namaskara in a manner that you might find convenient. It could be a simple, just a simple Anjali Mudra, but it can even be a Shashtanga Namaskara or anything like that. It depends on your convenience. Now, what is important is that every step of the Japa Vidhi, from beginning to end, is carried out with utmost focus and devotion, and you do not treat it as some sort of a mechanical process or drill. That is the most critical aspect of the mantra japa. Now for a final recap. So for this recap, when I do the japa, I will only be doing chanting the mantra three times, unlike the 10 times I did earlier on in the video, to save some time. But I will go from the beginning to the end. So let me begin. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namah. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namah. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. Om Shri Pashum Phal. Om Shri Pashum Phal. Om Shri Pashum Phal. Om Shri Pashum Phal, 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 Shri Pashum Phal, Om 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 Shri Pashum Phal. Om Asya Shri BhadraKali Mahamantrasya Isha Rishi Panktischanda Shri Shakti Bhairavi BhadraKali Devata Ain Bijam Kleem Shakti Saum Kilakam Hreem Tattvam Shri Shakti Bhairavi BhadraKali Prasad Siddhyate Jape Viniyog Om Hram Bham Angushtabhyam Namah Om Hreem Dram Tarjinibhyam Namah Om Hroom Kam Madhyamabhyam Namah Om Hraim Lyaim Anamikabhyam Namah Om Hrom Nam Kanishtikabhyam Namah Om Hrahma Karatalakara Prishtabhyam Namah Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKaliyai Namah Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKaliyai Namah Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKaliyai Namah Om Hram Bham Hridayaya Namah Om Hreem Dram Shirase Swaha Om Hroom Kam Shikhaya Vashal Om Hraim Lyaim Kavachaya Hum Om Hrom Nam Netratriyaya Vaushal Om Hra Mah Astraya Phal Isha Rishi Panktischanda Shri Shakti Bhairavi BhadraKali Devata. Om Shambhuta Shashalakshma Khanda Vilasal Kodira Chudojvala Vibranakara Pankajaya Gunashrini Shulam Kapalam Tata Mundasrik Parimandita Trinayana Raktangaragam Shuka Sarva Lankara Nojvala Shiti Vibhava Patu Nityam Shiva. Om Vam Apatmana Jalam Kalpyami Om Lam Prithvivyatmana Gandham Kalpyami Om Ham Akashatmana Pushpam Kalpyami Om Yam Vayuvyatmana Dhupam Kalpyami Om Ram Agniyatmana Deepam Kalpyami Om Tvam Amritatmana Nivedyam Kalpyami Om Tvam Amriti Bhava Amrite Amrito Bhave Amriteshwari Amritavashini Amritam Sravaya Sravaya Swaha. Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKaliyai Namah Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKaliyai Namah Om Aim Kleem Saum Hreem BhadraKaliyai Namah
Om Aim Kleen Saum Hreem BhadraKaliyai Namah. Om Aim Kleen Saum Hreem BhadraKaliyai Namah. Om Aim Kleen Saum Hreem BhadraKaliyai Namah. Om Hram Bham Hridayaya Namah. Om Hreem Dram Shirse Swaha. Om Hroom Kam Shikhaya Vashal. Om Hraim Lyaim Kavachaya Hum. Om Hrom Nam Netratrayaya Vaushal. Om Ha Ma Astraya Pal. Isha Rishi Panktis Chanda. Shri Shakti Bhairavi BhadraKali Devata. Om Vam Apatmana Jalam Kalpayami. Om Lam Prithvivyatmana Gandham Kalpayami. Om Ham Akashatmana Pushpam Kalpayami. Om Yam Vayuvyatmana Dhupam Kalpayami. Om Ram Agnyatmana Deepam Kalpayami. Om Tvam Amritatmana Nivedyam Kalpayami. Om Tvam Amriti Bhava Amrite Amritodbhave Amriteshwari Amritavarshini Amritam Sravaya Sravaya Swaha. Om Shlim Pashum Phal. 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 Shlim Pashum Phal. Om 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 Yadaksharapada Bhrishtam Matrahinam Tu Yad Bhavet Tat Sarvam Shamyatam Devi Prasida Parameshwari. After this, we ground ourselves and recite the BhadraKali Ashtotra, and once we are done, we do the Namaskara. Some additional information. For the mantra Siddhi, a sadhaka needs to complete the japa of this mantra 4 lakh times, perform homa with mantra 40,000 times, and offer karavira or oleander flowers dipped in Trimaduram as homa offering, and perform puja of Devi BhadraKali. Trimaduram is a mix of ghee with a few drops of milk and honey. Once mantra Siddhi is obtained, then the sadhaka can attempt prayogas. As mentioned earlier in this video, Devi BhadraKali gives both bhukti and mukti to those who worshipped her. So performing a homa with mantra 10,000 times and offering red lotus petals as homa offerings will bring wealth to the sadhaka. Performing a homa with mantra 10,000 times and offering red hibiscus as a homa offering will give the sadhaka the power to attract, that is, Vashikaran Shakti. Offering betel leaf with honey and ghee as a homa offering daily will bring success in all endeavors. There are a number of prayogas with BhadraKali mantra for removing Shatru dosha and Bada dosha. Daily sadhana of this mantra will result in prosperity, protection, and spiritual growth. This concludes the Devi BhadraKali Tantric Japa Vidhi. Hope that all that was discussed here proves helpful in expediting the results of your japa sadhana. Thank you for watching this video. Namaskar.